Sanibonani, Dumelang, hello everybody. Mama H here, and you know that means that this is life sciences. So what are we doing at the moment? Well, we're in the middle of a series of lessons on population ecology. And the focus of this particular lesson is human populations. So I've got some questions for you. Have you ever wondered how many humans are alive on Earth right now? Right now, how many of us do you think inhabit this planet? Why don't you take some guesses? Think about it, because we're going to answer that question a little later in the lesson. And secondly, what is the carrying capacity of the Earth in terms of the human population? Now remember, we've already learnt what carrying capacity means. It means how many members or individuals of a population a certain area can support. And in this case, our area is the entire world. So, how many humans could the entire world support? That's what we're asking when we say, what is the carrying capacity of the Earth? Do you think that we've still got space to go before we get to that carrying capacity? Have we met the carrying capacity? Or, in fact, are we over the carrying capacity? So there's a couple of questions for you to think about and bear in mind, and those questions we're going to answer for you during the lesson. So let's move on. This is our concept map that shows us where we are. We've introduced the subject of population ecology. We've looked at population size, growth curves, interactions in the environment, and this is the focus of our lesson today, human populations. And we're going to look in this particular lesson at the growth curve that human populations show. We're going to look at something called age, gender distributions, and we're going to conclude looking at the future. Where is all of this taking us? So that is our concept map for this lesson. Now you have some key words that are going to be important, along with all the keywords and the vocabulary that you have already learned. What words are going to be important for this particular lesson? Well, first of all, this idea or concept of age, gender distributions. When we talk about a distribution, we're talking about how organisms are arranged in a particular context. This set of terms, estimate, forecast, prediction, and consequence, these are all terms that we're going to need in order to focus on where we're going in the future. So as we get to these particular terms, in the context of the lesson, we'll unpack the terms and help you understand the new glossary. But remember, these terms should be added to your vocabulary in your glossary so that you understand them, you learn them. When you see them pop up in exams, you know exactly what to do. Let's move on. In terms of revision or reminding ourselves of where we stand, we know what a population is. It's a group of individuals of the same species, and in this case, we're talking about the human species living and interbreeding in a particular area. Now, for other populations, that particular area seemed to be localized. But when we talk about the human population, remember, humans have the ability to move all over the planet. So for the context of human populations and human ecology, the particular area is the Earth. So we've got a huge area that we're looking at human populations. We know also that populations change in size over time, and we need to see how does this apply to the human population. You've also learned that a growth curve is a graph that is going to illustrate the changes in population size over time. So these are all ideas that we already know and we're confident with, and now we need to apply them to human populations. So we're going to begin our exploration looking at the growth curves. We know that populations grow positively or get bigger, and negatively, in other words, get smaller over time. And we've already discussed all the parameters and factors that cause this growth change. So we've learned about two growth curves. This one, the exponential growth curve, and this one, the logistic growth curve. And I'm asking you, which do you think will apply in terms of the human population? Well, we see that the human population, if we take it, estimated population in minutes and time on our x-axis, we see that, goodness me, what kind of growth curve is that? That is an exponential growth curve. So we need to say why. Why is the human population showing us an exponential growth curve? We're going to take a short break and you're going to consider this question. You're going to work out why you think humans have an exponential growth curve and not a logistic growth curve. So put your thinking hats on, and after the break, we'll look at the solution to this question.